What is up, Oak Life
Woo!
fam? Bam! Happy Art Night 2021. We have a nice little eclectic collection of artistic selection for your entertainment today. So strap in, grab your popcorn. It's gonna be funny. It's gonna be soulful. It's gonna be imaginative. Okay. So on deck, this is how this is gonna go. I'm going to let the person know who's on deck, which doesn't mean next. So there's a next person and then there's an on deck person. So the on deck person, this is the warning. On deck, we have Eric, who's gonna go through some updates around art. But next up, coming at you, we have Behold Creators. Matt's going to give us a window into what's going on. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, genders of all ages, make some
Wait,
snaps, some finger snaps. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
and say what's up in the comments. If you're jumping on, say hello. Show some love like Sam is. Say you're here. Let us know you're watching. If there's an artist you got a comment you want to add, or like highlight a something somebody shared, ask a question, do it because we'd love to interact. Jed, what's up? Thank
Oh, that's
you.
what's up. Oh, right on. Jed, you look good, Jed. By the way, Sam Hara, I met your future son, so we'll talk more about that later.
Okay, sorry to interrupt you, Greg. We can continue on with our whatever six.
No, that was it. That was
annual.
it. So let's do some AV magic and kick everybody's face to off the screen and let Matt do his thing. Go for it, Matt.
I'm Matt. I'm out here and it's art night. And I am arting on art night. So this is my art right here. I'm not sure if you all know, but I do a lot of landscape photography. I do a lot of other kinds of photography too. But right now, my primary thing is landscape photography. And I'm actually taking a time lapse. I'm up here. It's like super close to like Grizzly Peak, and I found a new spot. And I'm not sure if this is really going to work. You can see the camera kind of firing away right there. But this is my process, and really, all I do is I kind of just look for the clouds. I look for the clouds every day. I look for the clouds. Just I'm at my house and I'm looking for clouds because I really feel like that's what brings out the life of a landscape picture. Is like if you have a great subject, and I mean in this case, it's the city. It's right there. It's the city, but um, I think that the clouds, the movement of the clouds, and the way that they kind of like form, that's what really brings a photo alive, a landscape photo alive. So that's just one of my I guess special tricks to look for when it's going to be a shoot day. So I don't know. I was kind of hoping that maybe we could do a Q&A. So Greg or Chris, if you wanted to pop on, that would be real cool.
No, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Actually, I got a question for you right
Yeah.
here. Boom. What's your favorite form of photography? Is it landscape? If not, tell us.
Yes, it is. It's landscape photography, and I'm really thankful for like the Bay for making me sort of like realize that, because when I moved here from New York, I hadn't been doing any form of shooting other than like events and studio shooting. I never even thought about it, and that's just how it was for a long time. And I'm sorry if y'all heard this story before, but like, yeah, that's what it was. You don't think about those things. You want to make money in New York, and that's the only thing that really makes money. So that's all I was thinking about. And now when I got here, I didn't have anybody to hang with, no connections or anything like that. So when I got to the Bay, I really started exploring other types of photography, and I discovered this form of art that I really fell in love with, and I think it really connects me to sort of this other part of the process. Just I'm outside. I'm always exploring just like different areas, looking for different angles, and Also the clouds, like I was saying before, just I'm looking for that, and it connects me with the land, I think, and it connects me with nature, and I also feel like it connects me to God. So I really am thankful that I was able to kind of discover this out here.
Had to bring it back to God, didn't you, Matt?
I had to. Oh my! Why would I bring up God at a church thing? Yes.
That's what's up. And if you've ever, I mean, like 90% of any of the imagery that Oak Life uses, a lot of it is Matt's. So thank you for that. You get some love here. What's your IG?
Oh, Behold Creators. Thanks. I don't even know who that was. Hey, Global, what's up? The whole Global squad is here. And I'm thankful for them too. That was one of my first connections when I got out here. Was Rachel, and she was really one of the people that really put me on out here, and Greg, and Chris. So yeah, thanks y'all. And Jed, like I think Jed knows he's on, right? But like sometimes I'll sit out on like a sidewalk, like downtown Oakland, and I will be there for hours, and people, they're hanging out at like a restaurant or a club or something like that, and they're looking at me. Why is that guy down there on the sidewalk doing that? Right? This is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing. And Jed actually did see me doing that one time, and he didn't say hi, but he did tell me afterwards. I think I saw you just laying down on the sidewalk one time.
That's
Tonight. Was
hilarious.
that you? But
Yo, speaking of laying down on the sidewalk, it sounds like there's some challenging things that come with this photography practice. Got a question from January, the artist who we will be seeing later. What is the most challenging shoot you've done so far?
challenging. Each shoot has its own uh, different challenges, but I think going up to Yosemite last year was one of the most challenging shots I've ever done. And I was trying to catch this shot of the firefall, right? And there's a special event that happens once a year, like about February, where or March, when the snow starts to melt and like the sun is in a perfect position to hit the face of this one rock wall, and I forgot the name of it. It's gonna come back to me, and I'm gonna really, really hate myself. But and then it makes the waterfall look like it's on fire. So I got that last year, and I had to get it from a different angle. Most people are in the valley shooting that, and they're looking up, but I wanted to be up high shooting that from this other angle. And this hike going up there was really challenging for me, and it was maybe one of the longer hikes I've ever done. But then like the whole time while I was hiking up, I was like complaining to myself, right? Like, oh man, this is too long. Should I just go back? Should I just shoot it from the valley? But I see these two old people walk past me coming back from the spot that I was going to. I was like, nah, not go. This can't. I can't go down like that. So, yeah, that was one of the most challenging shoots, but also it made me realize, like, uh, people can sometimes rise to these challenges, and
Yeah.
if you see like old people passing you on a trail, then you should I don't know if this is a problem to say, but yeah, you should definitely keep going. Yeah, I think you should keep going.
That's awesome. Thank you, Matt. Thanks for kind of wetting our palate with getting out there doing art at Art Night. And appreciate all your work. And thank you for sharing your creativity with us in so many ways.
Hey, the time lapse just finished too.
I'll zoom in. Let's see. See if we can.
Well, you can't see the time lapse, but maybe if you like follow or something, I will post this.
Ooh, that was a good
But
plug. I
yeah,
see what you did there. I see what
Here,
you did
let's
you
there.
see if
can
we
You're a
can.
see.
professional.
Yeah,
You're a freaking
that was a
professional.
plug, not a plug. I don't know. It's real. But yeah, you'll be able to see this. I'll post it up. And also, yeah, thanks for hanging with me for real. Like, I'm always looking for people to shoot with, and I don't know, sometimes people don't want to come on crazy journey with me to shoot and then just go back home. But hey, anybody, y'all can hit me up. That was not shade to anybody here on this call, by the way.
Hey.
It was not. But yes, it
We
was.
got kids, man.
Anyway.
Life is like, it's hard.
I do got a kid, but
That's true,
my
do.
partner is so supportive of this whole thing, and I'm so thankful for that too. So yeah, there's a lot of
That's
pieces
awesome.
that have to come together for a thing like this to happen. But if y'all outside and y'all want to get into photography or anything like that, look at the clouds. Always look at the clouds, okay? And right now, clouds are dope.
Nope.
So,
Did we lose him? Well, thank you,
I don't
Matt.
know.
Let's do some snaps.
Hey.
Oh, there you're back.
There it is.
Matt, thank you so much. And seeing some nice comments here. Also seeing some housekeeping between Oaklife or community people. Somebody's got a package arrived. Maiva, good evening. Good to see you. And thanks, Matt, for teeing us up, getting us going. Super appreciate it. So up next is going to be Eric. And then, how do I say it, Greg? On deck? Is that what I'm supposed to do?
Yeah, so on deck, we got Kevin. So don't go too far, Kevin. But next up, we've got Eric Fehrenbacher, my main man, 100 Grand, is going to be leading us through some updates as to your art journey, correct?
That's right.
Beautiful. Take it away, my guy.
All right. Thanks. Hi, everybody. I'm glad to be part of Art Night 2021. For those I haven't met, my name is Eric. I'm a visual artist, and I make some abstract paintings. Next slide. Last year, I got to show some of my work and tell a little bit about how I was starting to get in a groove and get some momentum of art making. Next slide. And I'm happy to say that I've continued to make art in the past year since then. Next. Last year, I had a focus of works on paper with collage elements and paint. Some of those collage elements were posters from the new Parkway Theater that they give away, and I'm glad that we're starting to get back there. I grabbed some extra posters for collage elements this past Sunday. That was a nice way of getting into the habit of art making. But since then, I've gravitated to some work that I prefer to make, which is a little bit more physicality to the work. Next slide. A lot of what I make is poured paint on wood panels and incorporating objects such as cardboard or paper coils or seeds, branches, or sticks. Next. I'm interested in organic patterns and playing with the surface of the work. Some of the works I carve into the layers of poured paint or resin with hand tools, or kind of drill into it with my Dremel. Next. I love sanding down surfaces with belt sander to expose layers, sometimes get really interesting textures. I also like covering a piece with roofing tar and then removing the tar with mineral spirits, leaving behind an aged or weathered feel to it. Next. And I'm happy with the general work that the general direction the work is taking, and each piece feels like an exploration and a learning experience. Whenever I finish a piece, I look at it and I see what's working in it, but it also usually prompts a lot of ideas about what I would like to do differently, giving me ideas of next pieces I want to do that in my mind they're going to be better. So I definitely still think that I'm in an exploration phase when it comes to materials and colors and patterns and compositions. Next. What's been on my mind lately is to think about what is the content of the art, what's its meaning, what message am I trying to communicate, why do I make what I make, particularly because I work intuitively. I don't necessarily have something specific in mind that I'm trying to communicate. Next. So I find that thinking about what the meaning is, it's kind of hard for me to answer because it's abstract, it's non-narrative, but there are some themes that come to mind. Next. For instance, there seems to be meaning and feeling baked into the layered complexity of all of nature and technology and relationships and community. Next. The carved trails that insects leave on the underside of bark, the textures that I picture in my mind when I listen to My Bloody Valentine. Next. The beauty of a wall of peeling paint, cracked, dried lake beds, blood vessels. Next. Being an individual in a family, in a community, maps, cellular structures, outer space. Next. These all seem to be related somehow. And there's a beautiful mystery of the overlapping layers of connectedness. Next. I see this meaning and I want to capture the feeling of observing it, of witnessing it, and the joy of appreciating it. Next. And the feeling of wanting to be part of it. Thank you.
Eric, let's get some snaps going. Bring Greg up here too. So cool. So many amazing images. I love seeing some of the comments looking like fungi, which is I feel like there's been a resurgence or renaissance for fungus in our world, and it's like nature. And totally, I loved all the kind of people talking, just experiencing it. Somebody described electrical stuff. Rachel asked, you use a lot of circles and dots. Any reason for that?
Well, a couple of years ago, I was at work. We were working on a web design project, and there was a pattern that we started to use. And then one of the directors came by and said, "You can't use that. We did testing, and people with tryptophobia, it freaks them out when you see that." And I was like, "What is this tryptophobia? I gotta look into this." And so if you look on the internet, of course, you'll find all kinds of freaky pictures of lots of dots, and it really freaks people out. But I think it's a really cool look. I think that anytime there's like a lot of anything that kind of, works as a pattern. And so, yeah, I definitely have been exploring dots or lots of anything. So.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. It's like your art is a horror genre for certain types of people. It's funny. I am very much appreciating the kind of behind the scenes, because I didn't know that there was a correlation. I know 2 people with tryptophobia. I didn't know that was the term of it. And a lot of like the pieces I've seen, I was like, yo, this would freak that person out. I should send it to them.
Right.
And now I know that there's a little bit there, but just kind of hearing you talk through just the different elements of what you're imagining while going through the art, that is beautiful. Like it definitely enhances the art experience for me, because it's one thing to have my own interpretation, but to hear yours, especially around abstract art, I'm gonna need more of that. That's good stuff. I appreciate it.
That's good to hear. Yeah, because I kind of feel like I'm just working intuitively. I just want to make something that I would like to look at, and then I think, well, what's it about? Well, it's about everything. Well, you can't just say it's about everything. That's not saying anything. And so I have been pondering that quite a bit.
I think you invited us into that really well, which is art. And one of the questions was if you have a website. So here's Eric's Instagram, if you'd like to check out some of his work. Is there any other way for people to see some of your stuff? Or is that the primary thing?
Now. Yep.
Cool. Also, a lot of love for you and your family in the comments. So thanks for being a part of our community and sharing. And we'll have to have some of the other clan members from your crew come up and share at some point.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
let's get some snaps going for Eric. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. So we're gonna keep this party going. On deck, we got this guy right here. So
Sure it's not
get
you?
ready.
Okay,
Get
why not?
ready. Get ready. But next up, we got my main man, 100 grand from Michigan. Think so, right? You're from Michigan, right? Kevin, what's up, man? How you doing?
That is correct. What is up?
What is up?
What's up,
Literally my hometown. I
Yeah?
appreciate that, man.
Gotta love the mitten.
Gotta love the mitten, man.
I'm from
Gotta
right
love
there.
the mitten. That's a nice little geographical representation.
Oh, it's just
man.
like Detroit are actually about right there. Right there.
There you
About
go.
Detroit.
There you go.
Yeah, well, so honored to be here. Thank you, everybody, for coming out tonight to see my art. Just kidding. I know it wasn't just for my art. So I'm gonna make this really easy. I did that. Wait, that, and I did. Wait, that. Yeah, that one. Just kidding. I'll take them off. So I've been arting since I was a wee lad, and most of my art that I do right now, frankly, is stuff that Gina would like me to do. So what I'm going to show you today is some pieces that I did, and I generally will kind of look at other art as inspiration, and I kind of reproduce some stuff. So this is one of them. I think it's a Van Gogh originally, and so I kind of redid this, and I don't know, took me like afternoon or something like that. So I use acrylic, so they can be done pretty fast. I also did this one. Oop, I took the hook with it. So this is another flower one that Gina liked, so I recreated this one for her, also acrylic. And also this one I surprised Gina with once. This is Gina. And people are so hard to do. So I was actually pretty pleased with how this one turned out, because I mean, some people are actually easier than others, but Gina's kind of tough. And women in general, I find to be more difficult because they don't have as like rough features or so much angles as like guys' faces do and stuff. So that was one of Gina. And then besides painting, over the pandemic, I picked up a lot of hobbies. One of them being Legos. And this was my piece de la resistance that I did. This is the Batmobile from Batman from the 1989 version. So this is pretty fun to do. You can like open the cockpit and stuff and see where Batman drives. And this is like the really cool part. One second, let me show you. It's got guns that pop up to shoot the bad guys. So that was pretty cool too. So that was a fun hobby. I stopped doing it when I ran out of space to put my Legos, which happened very quick because we're in a little apartment. So anyways, that's some of my stuff. Thank you for watching.
Oh, you're muted, Greg. Start over.
Whoa, 1989 classic. That is impressive. Oh man, that is so good. Okay. First of all, I heard about the Legos. Second of all, I had no idea you painted. Third of all, you might have told me, but I apologize if I forgot, and I appreciate the reminder, because that is freaking impressive, sir.
Thank you,
What the
man.
heck? I didn't even know you've been doing that since you were a wee lad.
Oh, since I was a wee little lad.
Jeez, what is your favorite Is it paint? Is that your favorite art medium?
You know, actually, I enjoy graphic design too, which I just don't do much anymore. But yeah, I mean, I love street art. I love going out and checking out street art. I think that street artists are the coolest. Like just the murals around Oakland are just phenomenal. And I've been to a few big cities around the world, and ain't nobody got nothing on Oakland with the street art in Oakland. So if you're in Oakland, you got to appreciate it while you're here.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, I mean, those are the folks that I look up to. But yeah, I mean, I can paint some stuff and things like that. But I think like most artists, you always look at the other artists and kind of envy the art skills that you do not have. Like I look at people that play guitar and I'm like, oh, what I wouldn't give to be able to do that. And like, I have so much mad respect for other artists. But yeah, I mean, I appreciate the skills that I have too.
Well said, sir. Hey,
Yeah.
you let me come play with your Legos. I'll teach you how to play guitar.
All right, man. Sounds like a plan.
That is what's up. Any thoughts, Chris? Any reflections on
You may have said it, Kevin. Are you self-taught? I mean, you said you've been doing it since you were a kid. Have you have any training in it? Because
For the most part, yeah. For the most part, like it's just like it just came with practice. And yeah, I did take some art classes, but it is kind of one of those things where I think most people have a propensity towards some type of art. And if you do, you can teach yourself a lot of it, and just yeah. So I would say mostly self-taught, I guess.
That's awesome.
In Legos, I just follow directions really well. Yeah. But they're so freaking expensive that, like, I don't know, it's kind of annoying.
It's true.
That's what's up, man. That's perfect. Well, if you ever want to come help me follow directions on building my Lego car, aka my not Lego car, my real car, I appreciate that because I need help.
Buddy. All right.
Oh man. All right, brother. Well, thanks you so much, Kevin. Keep it up, man. If there's any way we can continue to pour into your motivation tank to produce more art, just say the word, man. I'm down. I'm bugging you. I'm bugging you next week.
All right,
man. Up, man.
I appreciate it.
All right, man. You have a good one, Kevin. All right. So on deck, I will be sharing a couple of pictures. But next up, we got this guy right here. So go for it. Rock, paper, scissors. You want to do it?
You already said the order. But
Okay,
just so people know, there are still ahead one musician and two comics. I think there might be more. I may have missed somebody. But okay.
No, you're right. We got two comics and a musician.
So be excited.
Totally factual.
Okay. Well, because I wasn't planning on doing this, but because of Sam, I'm going to play Lord, I Lift Your Name on High. I'm just kidding. I will not be doing that. But I will do I don't know, Freebird, sorry. I'm going to share a poem. So let me pull it up. And I can take you off the screen, Greg. Do you want to stay on? Do you want me to take you off? What do you want me to do?
No, sir.
Let me take you off? Okay.
Take me off the screen.
So, a poem. A few years ago, I shared a poem at an art night, and it felt good. I do a lot of writing that I don't share with anybody, and it's mostly cathartic. I've seen a lot of that in Oak Life, actually. So, some context on this poem. It is called For the Freaks and Queers, and it's a poem of gratitude and something I've been thinking about in terms of our community and how much I love it. And even something I've realized over the years that those are the people that I feel most safe with. And I'm just grateful. As much as I have like a role within Oak Life, there's also the sense that I just get to be in the proximity of such amazing people who are a gift to me. So this is the poem called For the Freaks and Queers. Thank you for your safety, for your courage, for offering belonging in the not belonging. I don't claim to know your pain, and the stories I've heard break me every time. But this year, I think I'm realizing something. See, since I started to figure out myself to a certain degree, you've been my people. Not that I can be you, but that you've been my teachers and my home. And even when Oak Life was just forming and I couldn't fully be honest about being an affirming church with donors or sponsor organizations, I knew that you all were who this all was for, that we needed you. Ever since I can remember, I was drawn to you in the Berkeley punk clubs where you created and redefined, during school lunch as you sat alone and misunderstood, and in church where you've been rejected and silenced. It's been you. Some have wanted to change you, but it's you who show me the heart of God. Liberation from our collective categories, our status quo vanillas, and our oppressive archetypes. I would have suffocated in the megachurch, become depressed in the pews with the perfect families, and ultimately lost touch with myself and God in the boring picket-fenced universe of American Christianity. So far from Christ, and not nearly enough rainbow nail polish, in my opinion. To me, you are a tapestry of beauty, sacred through every stitch, blessings behind every painful bruise, holy in all that your hearts hold. You are angelic unicorns, guardian butterflies, and non-binary rays of sunshine. I've never felt myself anywhere else because it's your shoulders we all stand on. If any of us have sought to live vulnerably, it's your example we follow. It's you who gave us permission to be ourselves. When I'm in groups, it's not the cool kids I end up near. It's you, the freaks and the queers, the awkward kids who hold no judgment, but make space for others like no one else can. I've never wanted to lead you or take from you. I've just always felt that you were a thin space where the veil between heaven and earth is lifted. And so I think Oak Life exists because of you. That those of us who notice might catch a glimpse of the divine, the image of love that is uniquely held and expressed in who you are. You are good news to me. You are soteriology embodied. And to be your pastor is a gift I'm undeserving of. The end.
Sir, that was see, now I should have went first. I should have had you go after me. Dang. That was really good, man. That was
thanks.
really good. You got a lot of love, man. So let's see. We have loving this. There's a couple of lines that were fan favorites. Look at that power. Bam. Heart. Got some snaps. Some good stuff. Gonna watch this on repeat. Yeah, man. That's beautiful, bro. We got the Facebook user. Shout out to you, Facebook user. That's good stuff. Good stuff. And then, of course,
I'll work on it next time, Sam. Let's get you up here. Show some of your stuff.
none of it rhymed. Oh, if that's not a horror comment, I don't know what is. That's beautiful. Well, Chris, thank you so much. That was exactly what it needed to be. Well done. Well done, my friend.
So now it's my job to tee you up, right, to MC. So on deck is Aiden coming up with some stand-up. And to get us ready for that is Pastor OD.
OD, the sketch artist. So, all right, I got four sketches. Kevin has inspired me. I used to doodle in a little bit, so I'm just gonna share four little doodles. So this one is a work doodle. My coworker right here was falling asleep in a meeting, so I decided to sketch him. And then the person next to him was next to him, so I tried to sketch her too. And then you got Greninja right here, that is a Pokemon character, and then I don't know, some biceps and an armpit. So yeah, I like to sketch people. This was a sketch that is timely. You got Cholo Ghost into underwater Batman Ghost, and then Casper up here, and then a little Halloween stuff. I actually hung out with Mads and drew this. So shout out to you if you can tell me who the character is by name in the center of this sketch. Mads is awesome. So this next one, this is super old. All of these are old, honestly, but them ghosts. That's my Ronnie ghosts. So we got I call this one Girl with Burger. Just a girl trying to get Jack Skellington. You got it, Andy. You got it. It's a girl trying to get her gains. That's it. Nothing more to it. Get those gains, mama. Get those gains. And this one is multi-hyphenite. I don't know what that is, but thanks for the compliment, Aiden. I appreciate you. This I drew in 2006. This was me as Ryu from Street Fighter. and this was fun. This was fun. Fun fact: I had a deviant art page back in the day where I posted up like a couple pieces of art and poetry, and then never posted anything again. But yeah, I didn't have Shoryuken. You spelled it exactly correct. I didn't have Photoshop because it wasn't out in 2006, at least not in my circle of influence. So I colored this exact photo with Microsoft Paint. Fun times. So yeah, that's it. That's it. That's all I got. You have also abandoned the Deviant Art page. It is a relic among today's other platforms of art. But yeah, man, that's some good stuff. I miss drawing. I should get back to it. It used to be fun. I have a ton of art stuff that I did in art class somewhere in a closet, but for now, yep, Ryu on point. You know what it is, Jed. Jed knows what it is. He's cultured. I appreciate him.
I can't even keep up with these comments. There's so many. Girl with burger. What's the inspiration? What is that piece communicating to the world? What is going on in your soul with girl and burger?
So this was so there was a bunch of peeling back the onion, Donna. You know what it is. So I would go through Instagram again. This was several years ago, and I had a couple friends that were into fitness, and she took a picture and she was like this, right? And it was a phone, and I was like, I'm not gonna draw a phone. So what am I gonna draw? I'm gonna draw a hand like this and put a burger on it because I like burgers. So it was like I'm gonna sketch my friend holding a burger because I like burgers, and that's how deep it goes. That was it.
That's it.
That's it.
I'm trying to keep up with the comments, and I have a crying kid in the background. Bedtime is rough.
Sorry, man.
No promises, Rachel. Well done, Greg. I think some people were like, "What? We don't know you did this." This is why this is so great, because we're all learning about ourselves and seeing some cool art, and we should all feel empowered to do more art. Yeah, not deep at all. I don't know. That's deep. There's some commentary with girl and burger.
You know, so psychologically, women are oppressed by thinking that they could only eat a certain amount of calories to maintain what is appropriate to the male gaze. I say, down with that, girl. Eat your burger.
Amen.
There it is. So,
okay. Well, let's keep this thing going. Quote of the night, maybe.
There it is. There it is. Apparently, the doxology is what people want, Chris. So that's what people want.
If you know, it's like how you close a service. So as we get there, maybe I'll invite everybody on the screen. We can see if we can remember it all, and that'll be our heretical way of ending. Okay, so we got something special up next.
Yeah, we got a few special things up. So just to keep you ready, January the artist, you are on deck. So make sure to be prepared to let us through your artistry. But next up, we have Aiden with some comedy. I'm ready for this. Are you ready for this, Chris?
I am. And we're going to do this. If you've ever been to live comedy, you know that it is an exchange between audience and performer. And so we're going to do our best to set this up in a way where there might even be some live interaction, laughing going on. So I'm going to see who else I need to pull up. That's it for now. And see if I can figure out this formatting thing. You think after a year of doing all this, we would have figured this out. I think it goes like this. And then I switch this to there.
Almost. There you go.
And then, am I missing anybody? So as always, if there's a line or whatever, put it in the comments and we'll interact afterwards. Those in the chat or those on the screen will be here kind of laughing and interacting too. So anything else we should say in preface to your set, Aiden?
No, just make sure everybody on screen's unmuted. Give it to me, like I want to hear the real feedback. So I got all new content for y'all. So this will be exciting to see how y'all like it. Aiden!
I'm ready for this. This is exciting.
Adam, don't heckle me. No, I'm just kidding.
Please, Adam, stay in this chat box.
I know Kathy's already calling me out with my sexy voice. So on that topic, I'm Aiden, for those who don't know me. And today's actually my first day on testosterone. So my voice has been, ranging from smoky to cracky, and it's like been a roller coaster across all vocal registers. So if you hear me one moment sounding like Barry White or Mike Tyson, you'll know exactly what's going on. And for those who don't know me, I am a trans man, and I've come across quite a few Christians in my time who have a bone to pick for whatever reason with LGBTQ plus people. And it's super annoying because what they don't understand is that God themselves are non-binary. God made us in their image, male and female. So that means God's both male and female, hence non-binary. And God's not either or, but both and. So God also made creation in their image, earth, wind, and fire. And that's why they wrote the song with lyrics like this. Do you remember 21st night of September? Love was changing the mind of pretenders while chasing the clouds away. I mean, seriously, if God wasn't queer, why would they write a hit disco song that sounds like the Village People? And truth be told, I just wanted to sneak in a little singing into the set to see if I could get my voice to crack. And you can let me know if I did in the comments, because I can't even stand my own singing, but if you heard it, call me out. The other reason I know that God is LGBTQ plus friendly is because every time I have ever asked God, is being LGBTQ plus okay? They won't give me a straight answer.
Yes, I knew that was coming. That was good. That was good. That's good. Keep that up. Keep that up. Well, that's good.
So when religious folks like to weaponize Bible verses when arguing with me, which has happened quite a few times, I have the absolute best comeback verse that Charlotte shared with me. You'll hear from her in a little bit, but the verse that she gave me when they quote scriptures at me is 1 Samuel 18:25. And I read it to them. The king does not desire any dowry except 100 foreskins of the Philistines to take vengeance on the king's enemies. And I say to them, yo, it's the Bible, y'all. You got to do what the king says. So it's time to circumcise 100 angry men. Am I right? And my hope is that they get the bigger point, which I'm making, is that everything needs to be taken in context, especially the Bible. And they'll realize as they look at the verse that it's King Saul talking, not King Jesus, because King Saul was actually trying to get God's beloved chosen David killed by asking for 100 foreskins of their enemies, the Philistines, for his daughter's hand in marriage. Talk about a killer wedding gift. But our dear David, instead of getting killed, he was such an overachiever. He went out and brought not 100, but 200 Philistines foreskins and presented them to become the king's son-in-law. So basically, David was searching for a bargain in his murderous rampage. Kill 2, get 4 skins removed. And that day, my friends, was when David was knighted as a sir. Circumcision, that is. Come on, I give you more love than that. Come on, good Bible theology right there. I mean, Teddy's laughing harder at these jokes than you are. Come on. I mean, like Greg's like dryer is laughing harder at these jokes than all y'all.
Hey, get off my dryer, man. Get off my dryer.
Dryer, like January called out.
Yeah. Never mind. Keep going.
All right. Unfortunately, at David's wedding, though, guests found him to be a bit on the rude side. Whenever they were chatting with him, he kept cutting them off. And just so you know, I'm risking my life telling these jokes because when I get to heaven, I'm going to have 200 Philistines ready to give me some feedback. But, of course, these jokes will be over their heads.
Well done.
Here. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, Aiden.
Yeah.
Lots of love and fun humor and the people enjoying it in the comments.
Yeah, I'm with Kevin on that one.
Thank God fortunes aren't currency anymore. And
I know. It's
Kevin,
a gift
this comment might have won.
giving.
Who knew?
This is and just so everyone knows, this is an extremely challenging set for me to do because I had to keep it somewhat clean. So I just hope y'all appreciate that. That's usually my brand.
Yo, it definitely takes some what is it? Some nimbleness with your artistry to not deep into the shock value too much. You did good. That was good. That was good. That was good.
Thank you.
That was fun. That was fun. We're gonna keep the comedy going actually, because we do have another comedian on deck. You know her, you love her. Her name's Charlotte. But next, we got someone you may be less familiar with. But I know her, I love her, and she is January the artist. So what we're gonna do, if I'm not mistaken, is we're gonna play a recent project and then kind of do a behind the scenes chat through it, correct?
Well, it's a teaser. If you want
Okay.
to see the whole recent project, go ahead and look at it on YouTube. But I've got a little teaser for it here and some of my older works.
Oh, I think we got the full video. This will be the full. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, let's dive in.
We'll play it and then chat through it.
Okay. Yeah. So my brother was filming. That is the only help I got with this video because I couldn't hold the camera with my left hand while I'm playing piano. I make beats. You are hearing I make this on GarageBand and soda made. I don't know if you can hear it. Yeah, I was just filming myself with my phone, and I didn't know I was going to film myself until I got there and saw how beautiful the place was. I was like, I gotta do this.
6 feet away. I don't wanna be 6 feet away from your face, from your face. Don't pass me by again. Did I not or did I tell you that I be your friend? I just want to know you. I don't wanna be 6 feet away. I don't wanna be 6 feet
Heyo. So yeah, the comments.
Yo, that was
about
awesome.
The video.
Yeah,
Thank
sorry, we were
you.
hoping. Yeah, I was appreciating what you're doing, sharing with us, but we couldn't. Sorry, that didn't work out. But I love the comments.
I figured it was. I figured it wasn't because it was so loud, and I knew it was coming through my laptop, and I just knew it was clashing with the microphone, and yeah. So, thank you for stopping me.
It's good. A lot of like people loved it. This is super good. And like as I was looking at some of your stuff, just trying to get it ready for tonight, I was like, man, you've got some amazing songs and videos. Like if you all haven't checked out January's YouTube, you got to check it out. 'Cause it's like one of many, like super high quality, very artistic, unique. Your sound is so special. Like,
thank you, Chris.
Yeah.
Aw.
What was that song about? What's the
that song?
inspiration or?
I think. Hold on, I'm gonna take a guess, and I feel like it was about being like 6 feet away.
Yeah.
Did I get it?
Yep. That song was a freestyle. That's why I added freestyle in the title of the song. The song was done last year. The beat, I made it last year, and I just started freestyling to the beat. My other brother, I have two brothers. My other brother was like, my other brother, Randy, he told me, you need to start making your own beats. I'm like, all right, whatever. And so I just started making this beat, and then I just started freestyling about 6 feet away. Really, it was the fire and desire part first. I was just like feeling the beat so much, and it was giving me that. It was just giving me that, and so I just picked up my phone and started like freestyling into my phone. And I mean, this was summer last year, so we're, really into the quarantine, and we were actually quarantined at the time. We were stuck in the homes. I mean, we're not so much now, right? But at the time, it was just that was just the theme of our lives: 6 feet away and quarantine and COVID, right? So that's what was on my brain, and that's what came out through lyrics. And then I wanted to shoot like a very fun DIY style video because the song was super freestyle, just super organic, all me, had nothing to do with anyone else, just me. And I wanted that to be the video as well, just me doing it all myself. Oops, glitch. Recording myself, using the phone, like, anybody could do this. So like the whole project in itself was kind of like a DIY theme. And yeah, it was really fun. My brother and his wife and Willow, they went on a trip and they invited the family, and I got to go. And that's what that lake house was. It was this dope house. And so once I seen all the different spots in the house, I was like, I have to shoot here. I have to do a video with this.
Good
And
call.
so that's why I tried to get all those different scenes. My brother would tell you, he saw me just like around with my phone and
It was
stuff. And
hilarious. I wanted to so badly pop in and ruin the shot, but
photo bomb something. But yeah, they gave me my privacy and my freedom to create and just be artistic in that space. And that's what happened. So I'm excited about this project. My later projects are going to be way more official, way more, people involved. This was just kind of something I wanted to do for fun. So yeah.
That's awesome. What are like? So you've got, like I said, a unique like style genre. What are some of your inspirations? Like what do you grew up listening to? Where do you draw from?
I'm so hot right now. I grew up listening to metal and like classic rock and R&B and hip hop and rap. So I am in the middle of that. I call myself an alternative R&B artist. That is a genre. Alternative R&B is a genre, and that's where I best fit, I think. Bands that I grew up listening to that I really enjoyed were Guns N' Roses and Metallica and Tom Petty are the three that will stick out to me. And then as far as like hip hop and R&B, it was really just there was just all kinds. I can't name a rapper, but I can name singers as a singer. I grew up listening to a lot of Mariah Carey, Michael and Janet Jackson, and then later Aaliyah. That's kind of when I came into my own as a fan of music. But just kind of growing up around the house, what was just in my ears, not by choice, was amazing stuff. Because my mom and my dad had just great choice in music, and my mom used to record VHS tapes of music videos, just all kinds of music videos, and that just inspired me so much at who I am today. So it's just a lot of rock and then a lot of hip hop and R&B. So mostly rock, though. I'm gonna be honest.
That's awesome. Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay, where can people follow your stuff if you have a performance coming up or they want to listen to some more of your music? How can they connect with you?
Yeah, totally. I'm on all streaming platforms as January the Artist. I do have a website, januarytheartist.com, which you could go there and everything's made easy, links everywhere to where you need to go. All my music videos are on YouTube. I do not have a Vivo yet, just YouTube. And I got some more projects coming up down the line. I am January the Artist for a reason, because I'm not limited to one thing. I sing, I dance, I'm very creative. I creatively direct things that I do, and I also act. I'm just gonna plug right now. I have another project. It's the sequel to this project I had just done. It was called Stalker, and that's actually in the MoMA right now in San Francisco. I'm a permanent. It's not me, but I mean, I am the starring actress in the piece, and it's a permanent at the MoMA. I want to say it's the MoMA, but it's one of the bigger museums in SF. And I'm shooting the sequel to that. My role got reprised, and I am the goddess of the dark web. That's my role. So I also act. So that's gonna be coming down the pipeline too, as well as more music. So just subscribe and follow me everywhere you can, because I'm never gonna stop creating. So come along for the ride.
That's what's up. Well, there's definitely people who want to go to the beach house, or the lake house.
You guys have to hit up Andy about that.
Sam wants
you
to
don't
go.
want to go to that lake house, fam. The
Oh,
best
yeah.
thing that came from that was the video, because the rest of it
You
was
left early. If you want to
trash.
find out why.
Talk to me offline.
Yeah, it
Talk
was
to me
just
offline.
visually very pleasing, and I got to shoot my video, so it was worth it. But anyway. thank you,
Aiden,
guys.
you're late, fam.
Oh, word? Really, Aiden? I feel like I've met you and I was introduced as the sister. I remember you,
it's all
Aiden.
good.
Anyway,
You don't see our nose?
by the way.
Let's hear. We got the same nose.
He thinks we have the same hands. We
We
don't.
definitely have the same hands. We definitely have the same hands. Hold on, other hand.
You
We got the
want
same hands. Look at that.
My brother
We got the
wants
same
to
hands.
look like me.
I don't want your hands.
You want to look? You
I don't
want
want your hands.
You want to look like me?
So next up, we have another.
Dan, thanks for being here. Thanks for sharing your
Bye,
art.
guys. Love you all.
You're the best.
I love you, Jam. Bye.
Love
Peace out. All right, so we don't have anyone on deck. The only person that can follow this next act is Dave Chappelle. So, Oak Life Familia, a lot of snaps. You know, I can't see you, but I want you to give snaps. So bring the rest of the people who are still here up some Oak Life love for Oak Life's own Charlotte.
Yeah, sure.
Hello, everyone. So the first time I performed comedy for Oak Life Art Night, I think maybe it was our first art night, and I knew it was sort of edgy for church. So I ran it past Greg, and I felt like it was getting major. Charlotte, are you trying to get me in trouble? Energy from Greg. And this time I was like, Greg and Chris, I'm going to be tackling a very controversial subject. Do you want to review it in advance? Like, what do you need? And they were like, oh, it's fine. And then Chris was like, oh, what topic is it? And I'm like, oh, it's abortion. And he was like, chill, I'm looking forward to it. I'm like, okay. We've moved from Greg being like, Charlotte's going to get me in trouble and ruin art night, to like Greg and Chris being like, go for it. And I'm like, now you trust me too much, okay? Like, and also, how do, artists grow if they're not being oppressed and censored? The two of you are just too damn supportive. But all that said, I don't take performing controversial subjects lightly. I wanted to let you know up front it was abortion, so there would be content warning. And if any jokes here are ouch for you or hurt your feelings, I want to hear about it, because like my goal is to develop something that takes care of the hearts of everyone, no matter where they stand on the issue. So yeah, just wanted to get that out of the way before I launch into it. And this is not going to be like anything you've heard before, just so you know.
Ready for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, bring it.
Go.
Sometimes I wonder when I first became a human being. Was I human before I was born, or was I a sparkly little angel chilling out in the stars? At what point did I lose my halo to take up this human grind of ours? Whenever it was, my mom is definitely still holding a grudge. Because one, I kicked the inside of her stomach way more than either of my brothers. Sorry, Mom. And two, apparently there were 3 months when I was a toddler when I just didn't sleep at all. If you're a parent, you know how bad that is. And I remember it too. I remember thinking, sleep is my enemy. Why are my parents on the side of my enemy? Why are they trying to make me sleep? I wish I could remember what I was angry about when I was kicking the hell out of the inside of my mom's stomach. But of course, no one remembers that far back. If I had to guess, knowing myself, I was probably just angry that I didn't have a little window in mom's stomach that I could see out of. Like, I like to know what's going on. And, I hear from pro-lifers that they want to be a voice for the voiceless. They want to speak up for the unborn. And I'm just annoyed there was no one around to speak up for me then and help me get that little window installed, Like, that... I'm not totally sure how the pro-lifers find out what the unborn want. But I assume they have some way of finding out because they seem very confident. Here's what I don't get, though. Why are all the unborn babies Republicans?
Good question.
Doesn't make sense. Why are they all Republicans? And if they're all Republicans, why is each generation more Democratic than the last? So... I'll tell you the right-wing conspiracy theory about this. So the right-wing conspiracy theory about why each generation is more Democratic than the last is they're assuming if someone on the left is pregnant with a Republican, they just get rid of the kid. which is terrible. You know, it's a ridiculous conspiracy theory because, first of all, people never kill each other based on their political beliefs. That's just absurd.
Yeah.
And number two, the reason it's ridiculous is because we haven't figured out how to accurately poll full-grown adults yet, much less fetuses.
True.
Like, for example, did you read about how people were too embarrassed to say they were voting for Trump, and that's why the polls were inaccurate right before the Clinton versus Trump election, as people weren't being honest about who they were voting for? Well, I bet if you asked a fetus if it would vote for Trump, same thing. The baby would lie too. Like, there's no way you can poll correctly. Like, come on. The right keeps complaining that political correctness is ruining people's ability to share their true thoughts. Well, they're not ruining my ability to share my true thoughts. Not at all. Political correctness just, gives me more fuel for the fire. Like, for example, I'm working on this more politically correct version of the song, Baby, It's Cold Outside. My new version, it's called Baby, It's Cold Inside You. And it's about our collective experience inside the freezing cold womb of mother capitalism.
Good.
Laid off due to COVID? That's cold. Evicted during a pandemic? That's chilly. That's chilly. Long COVID disability claim denied? Baby, it's bad out there. No breaks to be had out there. Say what's in this drink. I hope it's strong, cause I can't pay rent. What do you guys think? No, that's message. You get the idea. And if you like that, you'll love my remake of the Christmas movie, It's a Wonderful Life. In my version of this Christmas classic, George Bailey's mom has an abortion so she can go to medical school. And this angel buys her a drink and asks her, would you have had the baby if you could have gone to medical school at the same time? She says yes. So the angel travels back in time and sets her up with a full scholarship, health insurance, childcare, and everything she needs. Then, just like in the original movie, George Bailey grows up, gets depressed, and wishes he'd never been born. So the angel zips back in time and takes away mom's scholarship to ensure that George is never born. Bummer for mom, right? Mom argues with the angel. Hey now, wait a minute. How come the baby's choice matters more than my choice? I wanted that baby, The angel replies, because the baby is a boy. Patriarchy. It's a wonderful choice. For some reason, I've been having trouble getting funding for this movie. It's a wonderful choice. But, maybe you can support me. After all, someone has to speak up for the rights of pro-choice fetuses like George Bailey. The voiceless must have a voice. Just like the pro-lifers say, I don't care if pro-choice unborn are in the minority, they still matter. And besides, maybe they're not such a minority as you think. The whole premise of a pro-life fetus is that people naturally take positions that help them survive. I see no evidence whatsoever of this in the real world. All around me, I see these terrible, irrational positions being taken. Sick people voting against healthcare, hungry people voting against food stamps, horny people voting for marriage. It makes no sense. Think about this terrible world full of people making senseless decisions, this hellscape of suffering. sometimes, and I say this while laughing at my own jokes, so I think my depression is not very convincing, but sometimes I wish I'd never been born. So, where's my wish granting angel, huh? Where's my choice to unbirth myself? You see how I'm still here? It's because I'm a woman. I was a man, I would have had control over my own body, and I could have chosen not to be born at all. Or to be born in a different, better universe. One where Bernie was president, I could ride a unicorn, and sugar was a vegetable. But not all of us can be lucky duckers like George Bailey, the star of that Christmas classic. It's a wonderful life if you have money and you are a white male. Seriously, suppose his neighbors had not brought him all that cash in the final scene. Would the movie be called It's a Terrible Life If You're Poor? That would have been a terrible movie title. Whether our lives are wonderful, seriously, it depends on how much we show up for one another. And the way baby depends on mom, it's just the most extreme case of that interdependence. And lately, we're all enveloped in this metaphorical womb of capitalism. And boy, oh boy, it is cold in here lately. But I don't want to end this set on a bummer note. So I just want to say not everything is bad. Some things are getting better. For example, all this education we've done about consent, it's really improved society. I care very deeply about consent. So I want to get my future child's consent to be born. Not that I have a future child. This is not a pregnancy announcement. But were I to become pregnant, I would definitely make the pregnancy announcement in a stand-up comedy set. So make sure you see my future performances. Anyway, before I get pregnant, I just want to ask my child, are you all right coming out here, out into the world, outside my body? And I'm frightened he'll reject us, and he'll say, hell no, mama. It's cold outside. So promise me, and this has been a very silly act, but this is a serious request right here. Promise to help me make the world a little bit of a warmer place for baby. And I mean emotionally warmer, not global warming warmer. To clarify. So doll, y'all promise? Do you?
Yeah.
Here for it, Charlotte. We promise.
And that's my act. Mm-hmm.
All right. Give some round of applause and snaps. Yo, Charlotte, that was awesome. Thank you. I couldn't keep up with the comments, but I'll try to go through some of these. Other people wanting to be on board with that promise. People saying this is fire after the week they had. Sugar isn't a vegetable. Clarence the Angel for president. I think that's a character from the show. A lot of people wanting Bernie. LOL for all this. Be right back dying. Some comments on It's a Wonderful Life. Some people being like, oh, your sweater makes sense. That was a comment somewhere in there.
Yeah. That's how I work. Because I was changing up the Christmas classics.
And
so good.
Just people thanking you for sharing and loving your work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Jeez.
Shout out to all my test audiences. I do have to say people have been drinking laugh more, so I should have told you all to knock back a few, but
I'm doing Sober October, so I couldn't help you. Sadly.
Oh, good for you. Yeah, I support that. But yes, so they helped make it funnier and also more sensitive. And it's supposed to seem like spontaneous, but all comedians rewrite their stuff like 10 times. That's how long it takes to get to spontaneous.
Good for you, Jetta. Next time I'll be with you. I
know, Chris. We needed more laughter from you.
I'm not. That's my laughing. What am I like? If I could change one thing about myself, it'd be I wish I could have like a belly laugh, like a deep, big old laugh. I was laughing. I loved it.
Your laugh
It was
is
at a decibel only dogs could hear though. Like you couldn't hear it laugh. You know, it's
I can't help who I am. This is
it's just a grin. That's your laugh. I'll take it.
Mhm.
what's up.
Charlotte. That was beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah, and feel free to email me feedback, charlotte@oaklifechurch.com, because I really, the heart of this was listening to friends who have had abortions and how they felt misunderstood by both pro-lifers and pro-choicers, and I wanted that to be my inspiration. Yeah. So if I've gotten it wrong or said something that hit you the wrong way, I want to hear about it, and that's what helps me improve.
Awesome. That's one thing I appreciate about your comedy specifically, Charlotte. In addition to the humor, there's always that kind of, I'm going to push you to think more about something. And I really value that in comedy, and you do that so well. So thank you, Charlotte. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
I agree with that.
See, how will I flourish as an artist if I'm not oppressed and censored by my pastor?
if you need oppression, Charlotte, just come to me because I'm a worry wart. So I will be the one. If you go to Chris, he's gonna be like green light every day of the week. But me, I'm gonna be like, have you considered the potential outcome of this with the current climate? So yeah, I'll be that for you.
I can work on it, Charlotte. I'll be a better censor.
to match your laugh, right, Chris?
Yeah,
apparently.
Exactly. So funny. Well,
Charlotte, do you have any favorite comedians? Like any people that you draw inspiration from?
Yeah, I love Irene too, who Bay Area trans comedian, completely cracks me up every time.
Awesome.
Definitely follow her work.
That's what's up. Well, let's give some snaps, some round of applause for all the artists tonight who are here. And how should we close this?
Yeah. Let's give. You were gonna say something, Charlotte?
By singing the doxology to.
Oh, boom! There it is. Done.
Imhara.
Go for it, Chris.
Do you all know the words? Kevin, if I can give it English. All right. Well, let's try this, and see if you all remember. Are we really doing this?
I don't know. I don't even know what the doxology is. So
I don't know either, but
I'll do my best to follow along.
Okay, Adam, you better be joining us wherever you are. I don't know why I'm raising my hands. What am I supposed to do?
Can you put the lyrics into the chat or something?
Okay.
Yeah, let me try here.
What is happening?
I have to Google it.
I just Googled it, and I got to break this into parts because it won't let me put all of it.
Rachel's getting it.
Okay.
I think I have it in memory just from, being a pastor and all.
There you go. I gotta step my game up. Exactly, Andy. You know what it is.
Whatever. Okay, here we go, everybody. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Praise God from all blessings flow. Praise God here below. Praise Him above the heavenly host. Praise Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. Amen.
And we know Jesus is truly merciful and will forgive us for that sin.
I don't know.
It had to be a joyful noise, not a good one. So, here we go.
All right, everybody. Thank you for participating in 2021's Art Night. Maybe next year we'll be in person.
Yes, a lot of love to Matt with the landscape art, Eric with the horror genre art for a small selection of human beings, Kevin with the pastel art and no acrylic. I appreciate that so much. Chris with the poetry, beautiful, heartfelt per usual. You're such a 4 wannabe. Aiden with the comedy, January with the artistry. It's been a good time. So keep the art coming.
You with the sketches. Can't
Yo,
forget
the girl and her
girl and
burger. You know, you got to go eat a burger.
Get that
all right?
burger.
Get those gains. Don't care
Yes.
what no one tells you.
Gains.
Get them gains. All right, that's it, fam. Love y'all. Can't wait to see more of you. Peace.